Hi, I'm Ramona and welcome to my YouTube channel. This will be my first video, so you guys bear with me. For my first video, I thought I would talk about bargain books. The place that I get bargain books from most frequently is Book Outlet. So I probably place a Book Outlet order maybe once every 2 months. And I mean, I think buying books and reading books are two different hobbies. I like to buy books. I also like to read books. So I have a ton of books that I own that I haven't read yet, but I'm getting to them, I promise. So with buying bargain books, it's hit and miss sometimes, right? So what I typically do is I'll check the books that they have available, and I'll check maybe Goodreads to see what the reviews are before I buy them. Some books will have like a 3 out of 5 and I will still buy them because, again, everybody has different taste in books. If it has like a 1 or 2 rating, then of course I'm probably gonna most likely stay away from that. But a 3 and above, I would give it a go. One of the things with places like Book Outlet is that you may not be able to go on there and search and find what you're looking for if you have a specific book in mind, or if it's a new book that was recently released. Of course, they may not have that because places like Book Outlet, they get like overstock books from places like Target, Walmart, and other retailers, or books that are returned to retailers. They will get those books to sell. So I wanted to go through some of the books that I've gotten at Book Outlet that I absolutely loved. And these are books that got like 4 stars or above from me. And I also wanted to go through a couple that were misses in my mind. But again, you may like them. I didn't, but I'll go through those as well. And then I'll also go through a couple that I got at Value Village. So Value Village is a Canadian thrift store for anybody who's watching who's not Canadian. And depending on the location of the Value Village, they could have a pretty good selection of books. Book Outlet, they do have both US and Canadian websites, so you could still get books if you're based in the US. So a couple of books that I love: The Coincidence of Coconut Cake. So this is a rom-com, and I absolutely love this book. This book got a 4 out of 5 from me. And again, it was one of those things where I checked Goodreads and I think it had like a 3 point something rating. I still got it and I absolutely love it. I love to bake. Outside of reading, like baking and cooking are my other hobbies, and I love any book that has to do with food. So this was nice, and it was also a nice story. So I really loved this book, and this book is actually still available on the Book Outlet website, and it's like $7 or something. The Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane was another one that I got on Book Outlet that I absolutely loved. This was my first book that I was reading from Lisa C. I know she has a number of other books out, but I haven't read anything else from her, but I absolutely love this one. It's an historical fiction, so if you are a fan of historical fiction, you will definitely enjoy this book. And I learned a lot from this book too, like the things that I absolutely wouldn't have learned otherwise, like the different tribes that they spoke about. And even after reading this book, I Googled the tribes and Googled everything that was in there, and it was pretty accurate in terms of what was depicted in the book. So love that. The Girl He Used to Know is also another rom-com that I got on Book Outlet, and I absolutely love this book. The main character, she's autistic, and I love stories that have diverse characters. The Boy's Back is also another one. This is also my first Meg Corbett, I think that's how you say it. This was my first book from her, and I really enjoyed this one. I haven't read anything else from her, but I like this, so I'll give her other books a try based on that one. And then this one I also got from the Book Outlet. Everybody now knows Kamala Harris, who's the Vice President of the United States. This was also a good read, and I love this because she has Jamaican heritage. Her father's Jamaican and I'm Jamaican, so I was pretty excited about her and the book, and she did talk about her trips to Jamaica and things like that in here, so I liked that. Of course, it's not always going to be books that you absolutely love that you'll find when you go bargain book hunting. So these are a couple that I got that were like $3 or less for me. The total package, this was a rom-com, which I didn't hate it. It was just okay. It's not like a book that I was like super excited about, and it's probably one of the cheaper ones that I've gotten on there. This is a memoir, Heartland, and it talks about working hard and being broke in the richest country on earth. It's an American book, so it was a good read. I learned a lot about this, and I think it's a book that people should read. A lot of people don't understand what people go through when they're stuck in the cycle of poverty, and this book kind of highlights that. What I didn't like about the book, I didn't like the writing style of the book, and I felt like it went on for a little bit longer than it needed to based on what the story was. So I wasn't like a complete fan, but wasn't a horrible book either. This book, it's called The Marriage Clock, and you can see on here that it was a Target book that they got from Target. I don't know what this book is. Like, I thought it was a rom-com. It's not a rom-com. I was confused by what it really was and how it ended, and I was like, okay. Like, I didn't get the point of the book at the end of it, so forgive me, maybe it's just me, but I wasn't super excited about this one either. So this one was a fail. Next, I wanted to highlight a couple books that I got from Value Village. So Educated is one of my absolute favorite memoirs, and I recommend this book so often to people. I got this book from the library initially and read it and absolutely loved it, and I decided that I wanted to get it for myself so I can have it here. And then I went to Value Village one day, and there it was, and it's in great condition, like amazing condition. So I was super excited about that, and it was probably like $3 or something. So super happy with that purchase. This book I love just because I've read like all the other books by, and I'm gonna butcher his name, Guam Simpson. I'm probably saying that wrong, but I've read like all the Rosie books from him, like 3 other books in that series, and absolutely love that. And so I got this one because I loved all these other books, and this was good too. I liked it. So this was from Value Village, and then this is another one that I got from Value Village in that same trip where I got Educated. This was a book that I always wanted to read, and again, it was probably like $3 for it, so it was a good deal. I'll probably do another video where I'll show you guys some of the other books that I got that are on my to be read list. So all of the books I showed you today are books that I have already read, and I have a bunch that's not read yet. So I'll go through those with you guys to show you the books that I've gotten recently that I'm super excited about reading. And then I can give you guys an idea of like what the costing and stuff like that. Their shipping is usually free if you spend over like $45. And again, depending on where you're located, I'm in the GTA, the Greater Toronto area, and I usually get my books within a week. So I think that's pretty good. And they also have a store that's in St. Catharines, Ontario. So depending on where you are located, you could actually visit the store. And they do have sales that are great. Like I remember last year I went to a sale where it's $25 to fill a box. So they literally give you a box, and whatever you can fit in that box is $25. With that, it's not like the greatest selection of books. I did get a lot of kids books at that shopping trip. So again, hit and miss. But if you're not super fussy and you're not looking for like the brand new books and looking for a way to not spend as much as most of us spend on books to get into reading, I highly recommend budget books. So you guys let me know in the comment section, where do you find your bargain books? Like, where do you get books at a good cost so that we can all save some money on books and read some more? So thank you guys for checking out my channel. I hope to see you back, and I will have more videos for you.